Today I'm out here in the Minnesota woods. I've got my portable bench rest set up. I've got my shooting table. I've got my air tanks. I've got my targets set up. Everything I need. And I'm going to do something I think is pretty cool. And actually I've been getting a lot of requests for. I'm going to take a look at two guns that have come out in the market in the last year and a half or so that have really taken the marketplace by storm. And they've introduced a new caliber, which is, you know, above and beyond a new gun coming to market. So the guns I'm going to talk about, first the FX Boss. It's a 303 caliber gun out of the Swedish manufacturer FX. Bottle forward design, has a lot going for it. I've used this gun in Africa, I've used it on some hunts here in the States, and I really like it a lot. So that's the first gun we're going to look at. The second gun was actually the one that came out first, and that is the Daystate Wolverine. Those of you who follow my writing or my videos, any things I do, know that Daystate's one of my favorite guns. And the Wolverine was one of the guns that really solidified my love for the brand. This gun is another 303. It was actually the first 303 caliber. This gun was also designed in concert with JSB's 303 pellet. So it was a gun and a pellet being built together, which again is kind of unusual in the marketplace. But I'm going to take these two guns. I'm often asked which one do I like better, and that's hard to answer because there are things I like about both of them, things I'd like to see improved with both of them. But they're two utterly fantastic rifles. And we'll take a look at how they perform, and at the end I'll give you a little bit of my personal insight. And again, I'll say up front, these are both great guns. It's hard to separate one from the other in terms of how they perform. So what I'm going to talk about really comes down to just my style of shooting, the way I use a gun, and what I like about them. So let's do some shooting. We'll talk about them a little bit more. Okay, first thing before I start shooting the FX, I just want to air up. This gun has a charge. I just want to top off the tank, so I just snap it in place, close the bleed valve, open it up. Okay, when we get to fill, close it off, open the bleed valve, just detach the Foster fitting, and we're ready to shoot. That's a different type of loading approach that you need to get used to. The first pellet you load from the back, you load it in skirt first, and then you forward it. And after that, then it's just a matter of dropping the pellets in and rotating it around. So we've got 3, 4, 8, and 9. 9 pellets in a 303 caliber. I mean, as a predator hunting gun, you can't ask for much more than that. Magazine is robust, reliable, easy to load. Once you get past that first little quirk and loading the first pellet in skirt first from the front of the magazine, then it's real easy to do. So now let's put it in the gun and get shooting. Side lever action in the FX. Pull it back, slide the magazine in, and we're ready to shoot. Target at 50 yards right now. Got two targets, marker targets up. I'm going to start shooting at the top one first. As with the FX, the Daystate is going to Foster fitting, fast release, close the bleed valve, .250 bar, open it. Okay. Place the cap. We're ready to shoot again. 3, 4, and 5. Full load on the Wolverine. Okay, so now the big question, and it's actually one that's really hard to answer. Which of these guns do I like better? It's hard to say. They're both great guns. You wouldn't go wrong with either one of them. They both have their own attributes and characteristics that, depending on the kind of shooting you do, might be more important to you. The FX is synthetic thumbhole stock, side lever action, 9-shot rotary magazine, bottle forward, get a pretty high in about the 800 feet per second mark. So it's giving you good power. It's quiet. The shrouded barrel on this is very effective, quiets it down substantially. And if you're looking for a quiet gun that has medium power, capable of taking out a coyote but still keeping it within 50 yards and keeping it quiet, this is probably the better option for you. On the other hand, the Wolverine full-size rifle, I like this. It's got a beautifully designed stock and very ergonomic, but it's a big gun. It's a heavy gun, not for a small shooter. I like the thumb shelves, let you shoot from a thumb up position, which is how I like to shoot. This gun, bolt action, 5 rounds, puts out substantially more power. Where I was getting in the low 800s with the FX, I was getting in the low 900s with the same pellet with this rifle. Don't have the bottle forward, you get fewer shots. I was going through two magazines at a time. That's 10 shots before I was refilling. I could have kept shooting with both of these, but you know, the fall off was starting to occur. I've seen it drop. If you're going out after a bigger game, it's a bit louder, even with the Huggett shroud, and Huggett makes, I think, some of the best shrouds around. It's still got a bit of a pop to it, so it's a bit louder. So again, depending on what you're looking for, you won't go wrong with either one of these guns. If I was asked right now what I was going to buy around the type of hunting I do, I've been using the 303 for medium and small game too. Honestly, I'd probably have to go with the FX just because of the higher shot count and the fact that it's lighter. On the other hand, I've been shooting the Wolverine Type B, which is a bottle forward design of that gun, and it's absolutely beautiful. And if they get to a point where they mix the attributes of the Type A and the Type B, so essentially what that means is that when they put the Type B out in 303, because right now it's not in 303, that might very well be my first choice, because I like the styling of the Daystate guns a lot. FX guns, really great. They're functional, they feel right, but there's something about the beauty of the build and the Daystates that attracts me. So there you have it. Again, my opinion. I think if I was getting a gun that I wanted just to to bang around out in the field, use for hunting a lot, go with the FX. If I was looking for that heirloom quality gun that I'm going to keep for a long time, I'd probably go with the Wolverine.